Do you remember where Susan was when we actually first met her?
Where she was?
Yeah, when she walked in.
Oh, yes. She parked in the install area and walked into the production office.
Yes. So she missed our front door, missed all the visitor parking, and she drove all the way to the back to the install department, the back of the shop, and then walked in the production office.
Yes.
She had a dress on, high heels, a coat, very presentable, and she had a Starbucks in her hand.
Yes.
Okay. She had coffee in her hand, and she goes, "Hi, I'm Susan. I'm here for the interview."
Very pleasant.
Yep.
Very outgoing.
Very outgoing, very happy, very articulate. It was great. And we were excited. We were super excited. And we said, okay.
Well put together.
Yep. We said, okay, well, let's, come back to the conference room. Let's interview. And it was you, me, and we had Alexa. We had another integrated science employee. And the three of us interviewed her. And I didn't do something that I always do.
The questions?
I didn't do the questions. And in the questions, I have two questions. I have a thinking question. 4 people are trying to cross a bridge at nighttime, and then another question was, how much skim milk does a U.S. consume in a given year?
Hindsight, we probably would have seen things come out.
Maybe, but don't say that. Don't spoil the ending. Okay. So we didn't do the questions,
right?
And we didn't do the questions, and I wish I had done the questions, but I skipped this.
Right.
And I skipped this part because I presented these questions and how I interview people to a committee in Florida. There was about 70 people there. And everybody in the audience just cringed. Like, oh my God, I could never work for you. I couldn't do this. And they had such a backlash of how I interviewed that I second guessed myself. Okay. Something I've been doing for a decade, but I second guessed myself and I didn't do the interview questions for her.
Okay.
So we just did a very vanilla interview. What was some of the answers that Susan gave?
Well, she answered them very well.
Ridiculously well.
Yep. She was very articulate. She was thorough. She didn't bounce all over the place with her, with her answers. She explained what she did. She talked about how she excelled in her sales position and she had a lot of experience. I mean, more than 10 years experience in sales. She talked about how she was top salesperson in her last 3 jobs, which she held for at least 5 years, a piece, I want to say, if I remember right. That her bosses came to her and had her do like trainings and set up actual SOPs and set up.
That's right. What she had done was she had even said, she goes, I worked at an online university and I was to sell the university to people that were coming in and talking. Yeah. And then her department, she saw that the turnover was like every 6 to 8 months. It was like a grinding wheel. And she had been there for over 7 years. And she went to her department head and said, hey, how can I take my department and create SOPs and create fun and an exciting place? And her department excelled.
Yep. She was asked to do so, I think maybe at another location, but she wanted to bring the energy up, bring creativity, fun, excitement, because it was kind of just ho-hum, blah, 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 cubicle sales. And she excelled at that.
Yeah, she did really good.
She received lots of accolades and awards for being top salesperson. I think just top employee in a lot of different ways.